0, 1. Let's get started. Why is stopping me? 0, 1.
Alright guys, my name is Ashley, this is Angee, and we're here with the Sister Chronicles podcast. Alright, so this is episode 4. That's crazy. That means that you guys have stuck with me through 3 episodes.
And y'all better stick on.
Period. So, the theme for this episode is going to be laughter and legacy, celebrating Black joy and empowerment. We are in Black History Month. And Angee the Diva is everything underneath the sun. She's a comedian, a mother, a teacher. She hosts events. She travels. Like,
Sometime on the nail tag.
look, she do a little bit of
I
everything.
do a little hair.
So,
And got nails hair done right now.
period. Look, girl. So, tell me a little bit about yourself, or at least I know about you. Tell them about yourself.
So, yes, I generally say I'm a comedian.
Okay.
Ask me what I do. I generally say I'm a comedian. I am an event planner. I do love the behind the scenes. I like my business moniker or whatever, like what it says on my business cards. I'm a boss ass bitch, you know? And I'm an entertainment concierge. Which means if you're trying to have fun, you need to call me because I know how to do it. Okay?
And that's Angee the motherfucker. Alright. So I want to jump into the first question. The first question is going to be, as you all know, as she said, she's a comedian first. What inspired you to pursue comedy, and how has your experience as a Black woman shaped your unique perspective in your performances on Maui?
Actually, I don't think a whole lot of people know this. Comedy came to me completely by chance.
What?
I was traveling through Southeast Asia, and I landed in Vietnam. And I just went to a comedy show, and it was dry. I don't know, like the host,
not giving what it was supposed to be doing.
The host was everything, though. Adam Cometer, always shout him out.
Okay.
He was everything, and he was really trying to get the crowd
Going.
engaged. And like, I don't know if people were drunk or like they weren't. I don't know what was going on, but it was just me and him. I was like, I hear what you're saying. Yes, and okay. And so after the show, the showrunner, his name is Keith Howard. He came up to me after the show and he was like, "Yo, do you want to do stand-up comedy?" And I was like, I guess I could. But I had never thought about it. It wasn't something that was on my radar. It wasn't something I was striving to do. I will say, when I left the United States and I ended up in Asia, what I used to say to myself, my mantra was, I want to make money being myself. I want to make money being myself. I had no idea what that meant. Did not matter. And further, I didn't know that I was going to have to find myself first.
That's another thing. Finding yourself.
But so comedy just kind of fell in my lap. And I did my first show, and I fucking slayed it.
Period.
And they asked me to come back the next night.
Okay.
And I got paid the next night.
Period.
And I was like,
oh,
I can do this. Like, yeah.
It's not that hard. There's a several.
Right. And I'm a storyteller, so I had a lot of stories to tell. And within 10 months, I was running the comedy scene in Saigon, had quit my English teaching job, and I was doing that full time.
Okay.
And so, I mean, honestly, the not find the little jobby situation, like, that's my backup. Because I really do be trying to do entertainment full time.
Do you have any events that are coming up?
I do actually, but I think the event's gonna happen
In February.
Yeah. Oh, in February. You know what? There's something on February 14th.
Okay.
Look, you know what you need to do. You just need to follow me on the socials.
Look,
Angee the Diva.
Look.
Everywhere. ANGEE. No I. ANGEE the Diva. Everywhere. That's the best way to find out. I be busy. Okay.
And you look on the bottom. through his followers. You can see what she's doing. So you actually already touched in a lot of the questions I was going to ask you. How does humor and laughter serve as a tool for resilience and empowerment within the Black community? And can you share a personal story that highlights this dynamic?
I think for me, comedy has been a way for me to show that Black women are not what you think they are.
Mm-hmm. You're not that angry, aggressive. Loud.
I mean, I can be.
Don't you push me now.
However, I'm going to give you the details of the story to justify the reasons why I did what I did. I said what I said. Okay.
And I stood 10 toes on
right. No, like I think, especially when I was in Saigon, when I was in Vietnam, and when I was traveling around Southeast Asia, it was a way for me to show that this is one way that a Black woman can be. Okay. It's not what you see on TV. It's not that. And I would say, coming back to the States, I think most people are astounded that I'm a mom, I'm a teacher, I'm a comedian, I'm an event planner. Like, I do all of these things, and I'm a single parent. Like a lot of people are kind of like, well, how do you
balance all of that?
Mm-hmm. The other side of it is that I think a lot of people still think that mom has to be your first job.
Yep.
And I am a woman first.
Period.
I was a woman before I popped these kids out of my hoo-ha, and after they're out of my house, I'm still going to be a woman. Mm-hmm. And so my goals and my dreams are the most important things to me. And I know that that's made to some people sound like a little like, but what about being a mom? If I'm not 100% fully for myself,
how are you going to be for your kids?
How? And so, and I think that part of the drive for that is also to teach my children that you are the most important person in your life.
Yep.
And what you want, what you think, what it all matters. And it matters more than what other people think you should be doing.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, my other question is going to be, look, y'all, I ain't got no questions because she over here answering all the questions at once.
She said,
So I'm going to jump around just a little bit. Can you share some of the unique challenges and triumphs that you face living in a smaller and more close-knit community like Maui?
You know, the biggest challenge is, I think because it's so small, you have to work double, triple overtime to be able to make it in the entertainment industry solo. I have not been able to yet make it my full business consistently. Like, I was doing entertainment full time, then the fires happened and I had to go back to teaching. So I think that's a huge thing, is because it's such a small community. It's hard to be everywhere all the time and making money, and to keep the audience engaged in that way. Number two is you see the same people all the time, and it really, it really goes with number one, is like, how many times are the same people going to come out to all of your events? And so in that way, you need to be very varied, and that's probably why I'm a entertainment, event planner and a host and I do drag.
I've seen this one do everything underneath the sun. Ain't nothing, I ain't see her do yet. like what? What? Okay,
right.
Let's
go.
Look,
let's go, because it's gonna be fun.
Like what?
That's a big challenge. I think probably another challenge is that because we're such a small community and you see the same people all the time, they can distract you. It's an absolute cesspool. And because of my public persona, a lot of people come with preconceived notions as to what that means. I cannot tell you how many trash men have been in my DMs knowing they're trash and then be like, you can make a joke about me. Like, sir, why would you want me to talk shit about you? That's fine.
I hurt feelings, sir. You know that, right?
And yeah, so people will say things like that. People also sometimes feel like they're justified in disrespecting me because I say things on stage. And like, I'm still a person. I deserve respect. These are jokes. And I mean, like, for example, if somebody came up to me legitimately after a show and was like, what does it feel like to be a shitty mom? And I was like, excuse me?
The audacity.
And so, like, yes, these are real life stories, but I am embellishing them for stage. And you don't know me. I'm a great mom. I'm a fantastic mom.
Like, what?
In fact.
Like,
So,
oh, see, look. I'm gonna retire, crash out. There's no way, because you know how I am about them kids. There's no kid, nobody say nothing, not a damn thing about me as a parent. Look.
You would have crashed out for me if you were saying the interaction. Honestly.
There's no way. So I'm gonna backtrack just a little bit on how me and Angee met. So the first time I met her in fucking Costco, honey. Okay, so for my people that are here that know me and my people that don't know me, a girl, well, let me tell you something. I got so many girls that live in the closet. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm talking about this hair, honey. Okay, I change it up all the time. All the time. Right, and I had just got this. It was when the butterfly locks were like a thing. And I had just got it and I was rocking it everywhere. Mind you, there's not that many of us out here, okay, on that list. So anytime you see somebody that's a color, you're like, oh, I see you. And you know how us black people, we don't call you by your name. Right. We'll give you a nickname because you got something on that we like, okay? So I'm walking down Costco and little does Angee know, that day I was like not feeling like my tears, because you know you have on a wig. It's always, you're always like, oh my gosh, can they tell I have on a wig? Is this out of part? I know it looks cute, but it looks cute. And child, I'm walking down the aisle and she's like, and she goes, I see you, Dress. And I was like, oh, I said, babe.
Because the wig was cute. The wig was doing what it needs to get.
I was like, babe, did you cure that? And I was like, she said, my wig is cute. So look, fast forward now to 2 weeks afterwards. A mutual friend invites me to a comedy show.
Hi.
I have to be part, but from the moment I walked in until I left, I wanted to say when I first walked in, you ladies, I wish you a good evening. And you guys look so nice. I love the colors, the complementary, you know, with a pillow tucked up under your back. Anyways, I wish you a beautiful evening.
Thank
Are
you.
you folks celebrating anything? Or are you
No, it's in the podcast.
having a good time?
Yeah. You're good. You're good.
All right, well, I'm going to follow that podcast.
Yes, it's
Everybody
called,
should.
It's called The Sister Chronicles.
All right.
A. So not the.
I love me some Chronicles.
Okay.
Come on.
The Sister
You clearly
Chronicles.
love you some
Sister
sisters.
Chronicles.
Come on, girls.
Okay.
Cheers.
You're beautiful. Have a beautiful evening.
You too.
Wish you good aloha from Maui.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I see this man coming through here and not buying us a drink.
I was just making sure y'all called
You
that.
can't interrupt the whole situation. Let me just put y'all on some game, okay? If you're gonna come and interrupt the situation, come bearing gifts. Okay?
And you know, I married, so that's why all of a sudden that thing was like,
Look,
something.
you be married, but you will still get some money from a man. I mean, still, the money from the man has nothing to do with my marriage status, man.
So on that note, back to the story.
Yes.
So 2 weeks later, mutual friend invites me to a comedy show. Little do you know, I've been seeing these comedy shows all the time, but like you said, it don't be given what it's supposed to be given. And I'm just like, I'm not about to pay to go sit up somewhere and be bored. And if you guys know my husband that know me and the ones that don't, my husband don't like people, he don't go nowhere.
Mega introvert. Big stick don't talk to nobody.
And I was like, no what, babe? I was like, come on, let's go out. I was like, I want to, in fact, like, I had just met all of these black people because I had not, so I'm from the west side, from Lahaina. There's too many of us. It's like Slim Pickens in Lahaina. I hadn't experienced Kihei yet. And little did I know, that's where all my brown people at. Okay? So I had just made this new group of friends. They were all brown. They were like, come out to the comedy show to be lit. And I wanted my husband, because he's half black, I was like, you should come and, you know, meet some people of color. Right? So we go out. She get up on stage. I'm like, that's the girl that told me that my hair was nice.
She was down as fuck in the audience saying that as well. So I'm on stage and I look over and she's like, oh my God! Remember when you sending me a
I had to say it to her about 5 fucking times. When she was on stage, when she got off stage, we went to the club after. I said it when we went to the club after. Like, I just wanted to make sure that she remembered that she complimented me. It is a murder she wrote since then.
It really had.
Okay.
Hold on now, because the first time we like hung out. I ain't gonna tell all your business. But after the incidents that had happened,
look, if anyone's ever read or saw a murder she wrote, I feel like it falls right in that category. Okay, it's murder she wrote since then.
we were lit. I was like, I don't know about this girl, but I'm gonna give it a chance.
Look,
And then it was murder she wrote. Okay, then we were locked in after that.
I'm a vibe, okay? I come on strong.
Her vibe was vibing a little bit too hard.
But I come on strong to make sure you can handle it first, okay? And that's the test. All right, and if you can't handle me and all that,
I passed the test.
You don't get the normal vibe after that.
I love it. Lead with the crazy.
Leave with the crazy, so you got shocked when it just happened.
That's a
like
whole
I
move.
said. Look, I'm a former crash out. Okay,
That's a whole move.
I'm crazy. The first step is admitting
Yeah.
you crazy.
You're doing good. You're doing well.
And I've only admitted and made it to the first step, and that was it.
Yeah.
But look,
We're good to go.
Look, we're good. Okay, so. But.
Oh my God.
I can read everything just walked up over here.
And it really kept empty. Him like offered nothing to
I thought he was going to say that he picked it up.
something. We were talking earlier about saying things that we should say. That's what was going through my head.
This whole time.
Okay.
Look. Okay.
Give me another chance.
Sir, come back. Okay, so I want to talk about empowerment in the community because, as we all know, I know some of my viewers may not know.
I'm on two. She's still on her first
You know what?
one.
Can I get another? Yes. I'm like, this was one.
Yeah. Was it sweet? Was it good?
It was good. So, what is your personal journey been as a member? Because we were talking about how you're like the dating pool right now. Ancient. Island's really small. You're part of the community. So here on Maui, with it being a really small island and a cultural difference, how has it been within the community? Because we talked about dating outside of it. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, the LGBTQ plus.
The alphabet gangs. Honestly, it's I don't want to say it's trash because I'm trying to manifest something better for my life. Okay. So let me stop saying that. I mean, it is small. It's just small, and you would think. I think some people think that because I'm pansexual and like I don't really care what your partner's doing, that makes the pool larger. In fact, that's not true.
Mm-hmm.
And because I present as a cis-het woman.
And for those who don't know what that means, can you explain?
Cis means like, what does that mean? Cis means like I present as a female, and hetero means I present as like I'm mostly intimate. So, because that's the way that I present, especially because I'm a mom of two, it's hard talking to ladies a lot of times, and I think that's a general issue unless you look gay. Like people don't really know like where you are on the spectrum, and then there's all this like pronouns things, and there's all this like you want to be politically correct, and of course you want to respect people's boundaries and consent and all that. I'm not saying those are wrong things to do. I'm just saying that sometimes it makes it a little bit more difficult to figure out like who is on your same wavelength. You have to have like a lot more conversation. The other side of being in a small community is that everybody has slept with everybody already. Okay, I don't personally have a problem with that, but a few people that I have encountered, they do. And like when they find out that I am so-and-so's auntie and twice removed from this cousin and blah, 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 they're like, oh, I can't mess with you. So it does make the pool a little bit smaller. For me personally, it means that I now take a little bit, I was deep in my whole phase for a long, long time. but I tested the waters everywhere, and I didn't give no damns, no fucks about anybody's feelings about it. But I'm different, okay? I'm different.
Look,
I am changed.
2025.
No, for probably like the last, like, I would say 2 or 3 years, like, I've been more intentional about what I want in a partner and what I want in a relationship. And so I'm just a little bit slower to like get physically intimate with people. And that's worked well for me in that like I'm not encountering a lot of situations where I have to cut people off. But it also means that I'm not.
I've been cleaning the closet lately. And you know,
To the left,
to the left.
that way.
Another one bites the dust. Look,
Beat it.
beat it.
So it's interesting. The pool is small. A lot of people would say that the pool is very small. And I'm somewhat content being single right now. I'm not content being celibate. I ain't gonna lie about it. It's not for me.
It's not for me either. Have you seen me when I'm hungry? You haven't had none?
I have seen. It's not for me.
I'm a gremlin.
Okay. But it is what it is. I want something better for my life right now, so I'm willing to put in the work and to be patient to get what I want. And I'm 40, y'all. I refuse to be caught up in people's bullshit anymore.
You don't hear her what she just said she was? She don't look not one like a 40.
It's peace. Oh, peace and good water.
She said you look like you was struggling for
Lord.
it.
Looks like you were minding someone's business that wasn't your own.
Ooh, that part.
Right there.
So, with that being said, what message would you like to share with those who may be struggling with their identity or acceptance, especially with the context of living in a place like that?
Oh, that's a good one. So part of what I do as far as like event planning is my main goal is always to provide safe spaces for people to express themselves in whatever way they feel is their like highest self, and to do it with people that you otherwise may not have met.
This is my favorite part of the podcast, y'all.
If you're ever on Maui, you must come to Esther's Fair Prospect in Wailuku, Dubai.
And you know what, though? With that being said, I'm going to see if I can get them on.
Yeah, you should. They're really dope.
Yes.
Really, really dope as well.
They have a cute little food selection. Mostly what you want to do here is drink and vibe out. There's like, and if you're a content creator, to be honest with you, the way this place is set up, there's so much different content that you can move forward over here. Like, who would have known that we could sit inside a bar?
Yeah, it's really dope. Really, really
Doing a
dope.
podcast.
What was I saying?
Look, let me tell you guys something. I got ADHD. She can't be asking me what were you saying? I was following at the time. I couldn't. We were talking earlier off cameras.
Oh, I got it. I got it. Put that in the blue room.
Yeah, I will.
Okay, I got it. So small community, and so what I do in event planning is try to bring people together who otherwise would be in the same spaces. But the main, like most important part is that it's safe, and that you can be who you want to be. Like I try to provide events where like there's always a thing we want you to dress up. Okay.
Ooh, and if you have not yet, because I've been to several of them. Tell them the name of your business, please. I'm gonna let her do it. Tell us what Expression Productions.
Expressions Productions is for you to express yourself, darling, in any way you should see fit.
Look.
And we provide varied entertainment. Like I said, I'm an entertainment concierge. So we do drag shows, we do pole, we do burlesque, we do comedy shows. There's community events as well. We do kid-friendly things too.
Yep.
Networking things. Things for the queer community. Things for community on a whole that the queer community doesn't feel like it needs to be excluded or invited. Everyone's welcome. Okay. And things where there are Black women events. There are events for women with children. There are whatever it is that you want to do to have fun, you should be able to do it within the confines of whoever the fuck you are. Like,
I have never been to any of her events where I feel uncomfortable. And if she see you feeling uncomfortable, she's gonna come and pull your ass out of that shell.
I'm gonna pull your card. What's going on, babe?
Okay, here you go.
What's going on, babe?
Okay, you need to go outside for a bit. Come on, let's go outside for a bit. Okay, then come back in. You're a whole new person now. Let's get it together. But yeah, no, I will say every event that I've ever been to that you've ever had, ain't none of it been half-assed. It's always an amazing. There's been some where like, okay, so I have anxiety. When I go to stuff, sometimes a lot of people don't know this, and I'm letting y'all know when I'm no secret. I don't like people. Okay, I'm not a people person, but I'm good with people. I love interacting with people, but I have my moments where I'm just like, now I have to recharge. I gotta go inside and like, you know, kind of think about all the stupid stuff that was said to me, or all the, laugh about all the funny moments that I had. But now I gotta recharge. But when I have to go in an environment where I know I'm going to be expected to talk to a whole bunch of people, I go through about an hour of holding a conversation with myself on if I want to go or if I don't want to go. And I get myself together and I go to any of her events in the beginning feeling like, oh my God, I got to go to festival with people, I got to do this. But as soon as I get there, she's like, okay.
We gather
like,
the
get
children.
it together, okay? Get it together. She's like, no, what's going on? And it's like, and then all of a sudden now I'm at peace, I'm having a good time, I don't feel uncomfortable. I'm meeting people that I wouldn't have had normally sat at a table with. She's like, oh, come sit over here with this person. This is blase. Like, I don't know how many great people that she's introduced me to that I still talk to nowadays because there's been connections of going to one of her events. So her event at the timing not being networking event, but I can't say there has not been one event that I have gone to of hers where I did not network. Look, honey, I've met so many different people going to her events. Honorable shout out, Tamara, our whole girl. I met her at one of the comedy shows. She just put out a movie called A Blended Family on Christmas.
Yes.
BET Plus. I will have
Shout
a
out
little
Tamara
photo right
Baldwin.
here. Yes, honey. But I would have met that girl if I wouldn't have went to one of your events. Chip.
Chip Nicholson.
Yes, he's
dope
another comedian. I met him at one of your events. There's been there was another business. I'm sorry, forgive me, but there was a hair business. Met at her event. Like Maui Mood Swings. I met through her. Like when I say like this right here is a vibe, honey. Like it's a vibe. Forever connecting people in different ways in the community, and I can say I appreciate that. And you know, on top of that, the way she showed up and showed out at my fucking wedding, honey.
Because community is about support, right? It's not just about like you come out to my things and I don't go to your things. If I'm trying to make a connection with somebody and I want it to be lasting and reciprocal, I have to give that same energy to the people who are giving it to me. And there's a lot of things that happen behind the scenes that like people may not like know. I don't think a lot of people know this. I almost exclusively try to deal with women, queer people, and people of color. So most of the venues that we're at, most of the performers that I have, they have to be at least 75-85% women, queer people, people of color. Have to be. Because we're gonna bring the vibe. And like just back to your question about like how do people who are queer in small communities thrive, you gotta find your people.
Find your tribe, look.
You have to find your tribe because it's important for you to shine at your highest self. If you are feeling uncomfortable with yourself, I would venture to say most of the time it's because of your environment.
And that's another thing. You got to find your tribe, not your followers.
Yes.
Because your followers are going to tell you what you want to hear. Right. Your tribe is going to be the one that's going to make you feel uncomfortable, tell you what you don't want to hear, tell you about yourself, honey, and tell you to get it together. That's your tribe. Your tribe is going to be that person where you walk out the house and you look cute. She's like, look, come here, baby. Let's fix this. You know what I mean? Like, or like you say some stuff, you roam and roam, out and roam. She gonna have you back in a moment, but then she gonna put you to the side where you know you dead ass fucking
I am
wrong.
that
You know you
Y'all don't
wrong.
all like it, but I am that person.
She's like, you was like, I had your back in the moment, but I'm letting you know now.
I'm letting
You
you know
were dead
now
wrong.
in private.
And if you do it again, I'm gonna call you out. Okay? Like,
Don't make me
I'm
do it in
just
public.
letting you know. Like, and there's been like so many moments where, you know, when you're finding your tribe, it's gonna be like a resistance. Like for you, you're gonna always keep pushing those people from your tribe away because they're telling you shit you don't want to hear.
Right.
And then like sometimes it just takes moments with different people for you to realize you're like, damn, what was I thinking? Like, why did I do that to myself? Like, I remember, like, I'm an emotional person, as we were talking earlier, and there was one thing she said to me that when I say you said it, and it changed the way I look at my friendships and the way I move in life. There's a situation with two mutual friends where I felt like I wasn't being heard. And I couldn't understand why this person was acting that way because I wouldn't do it. And she was like, hey, she's like, you can't expect people to act the way that you would act. She was like, that's just wrong to hold someone to that standard. So you have to move accordingly and, you know, just expect that person to be that person and you to be you. And when you said that, I was like, what? I didn't want to hear it at the moment. I was like, no. I do da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, you know what? She's right. Because who am I to say how somebody is supposed to act?
Well, we're all on our own growth journey, and we all arrive at different places at different times.
Mm-hmm.
And so part of that creating a safe environment for people is allowing people to be messy sometimes
Mm-hmm.
and giving them the space to either recognize their messiness and evolve, or give yourself the space to say, you're messy right now, baby. Do you still want to stay here?
Yes.
Because if you want to stay here, then we're going to
We're
go
gonna
ahead and
have
move
to work.
through.
Yeah. And then that's how you figure out who's in your tribe or not. Because your followers are just going to say everything you're doing is right. They're going to let you walk out looking crazy. They're going to let you be out there feeling crazy. They're going to, you know, people are going to be, you know, just... people are going to be talking to them, talking about, oh, girl, your friend, da-da-da-da. And she was like, yeah, those are your followers. Your
Where they
tribe.
only support you when you're doing something fun that benefits them. They
Yeah.
only come out to your things when you personally invite them. As if I'm not on socials and you can see my stuff all the time because I saw you people my stories anyway.
Look.
They're the people who only tell you the good things about yourself. They're the people who want to see you stay in that little box that they have put you in.
Because they don't want you to, they don't want you to outshine them. They know if they can control you in that box, they can now manipulate you. And you can't, you know, they can keep you where you at. And they like you that small, you know, that little small person in the box. So now they can talk shit about you and everybody else and then manipulate you to look crazy. Look, this right here is two big energies. It's not putting you in a box anymore.
And we thought, I don't feel this. I don't feel competition with you.
Look, let me tell you something. Not to cut you off, people who are listening to this, and you know, people who know me, I'm never in competition with anyone, honey, because I'm in competition with myself. So if you ever in competition with me, you will never win because I'm always in competition with myself. I motivate myself. You know what I mean? And of course, I have friends that motivate me. But I'm never in competition with somebody. I'm always trying to learn. I'm always trying to motivate. I'm always like, okay, shit, how did this person get, girl, tell me, T, how did you do this? What was the steps? Oh, okay, you don't want to tell me? That's fine. I'll just watch. I'll learn. I'll be inspired from afar and figure out how I'm going to get there. I don't ever use somebody as like, oh, I'm going to do better than them. Because when you look at people like that, you are never going to genuinely get to where you're supposed to be. Like, in competition with people. And I don't understand that.
You're not either. Because honestly,
I just like to say that was the second person that's talked to us.
we are over in the corner stunting on these hoes though.
And nothing has happened yet.
And he was in the kitchen. He would have given us a mean discount.
I'm not understanding this. What is going
We
on?
must look too bossy. We must look too bossy right now. I'm not independent.
I'm definitely. I usually use as shorts to advertise the podcast.
I'm not independent.
Look, no.
Take care of me. I'm the stress damsel.
Yes.
But yeah, so like if you're trying to find if you're trying to find yourself as a queer person, as a person of color, as a young person, as an older person who is having to reinvent yourself again because life be life.
It do.
Okay, I've reinvented myself at least 3 times. 4?
Look,
4? Might be on 5 right now. Okay.
Look, I got 12 personalities, so I don't know where we at.
My pronouns are we and us.
I don't know where we're at this point.
You have to seek your own authenticity. That's really what it is. And seek spaces that allow you to be your most authentic self. That's really the key. And it doesn't matter if you're in a small community or a larger one. Even if you're in a huge city like New York, you still have to find your people. Everybody ain't for you. You can't be in every space. They're not going to welcome you in the way that you need to be welcomed. And so that's my biggest advice. It's like seek authenticity and find the people who allow you to be that authentic self. And the other side of that is be willing to move through it. Because finding who you are yourself is a journey. It's not like, oh, now light bulb came on, I know exactly who I am. No, it doesn't work like that.
And let me tell you, when you start finding yourself, you're going to start seeing people for who they are, honey. And like all those moments in the past that you didn't even realize, you're going to be like, what?
Be okay with letting them go. It's creating space for more joy. It's creating space for the people who are going to be genuinely there for you for a time or a season.
And then also, if you have some friends that you drop them because they said some shit that you didn't want to hear about yourself, honey, this might be the time for you to be like, you know what, they might have been right. let me go talk to them real quick because I didn't realize that was my tribe right there. That was somebody that was really looking out for my best interest. So finding yourself is gonna also you're gonna find out that you were wrong in a lot of situations too. Yeah. And I'm not saying that you gotta go back and be best friends with that person, but
it feels good to be able to have validation. Is that the right word? It feels good to be told you're right in the easiest terms. It feels good to be told you're right. I don't seek that, but it feels good to be validated.
I don't seek that, but you know, about 90% of the time, you know, it just happens. You know what? She be right, and my intuition be on point, honey. Because I ain't never been wrong about something that I had. Look, let me tell you something. I might come off strong in the moment when I'm telling y'all, but I don't trust it. And people be looking at me like, girl, you tripping. I ain't never been wrong, honey. Not once.
Not one time.
Not once. It might have took some time. But I ain't never been wrong.
I'm definitely at the point in my life now where it's like I don't need to see the evidence. I'm just gonna go ahead and trust my intuition. We've known enough now. We've seen it enough.
And also, people need to distinguish between PTSD and intuition.
Because nervous system regulation is a whole different. That's a whole different podcast.
Because I had to learn that the hard way.
Nervous system regulation. I'm gonna just throw that out there as a term. Learn about it, read about it, do some things about it. It will change your life. Nervous system regulation is the new it word for a reason.
Look, because I had to learn that the hard way. I was like, but my gut's telling me this, my gut's telling me this, my gut's telling me this. It's like, why is my gut constantly telling me this? Like, what is going on, honey? Like, what is going on? And I had to learn, like, girl, that's your PTSD talking to you, not your intuition. But you know what, though? Ashley, that's in 2025 now with a podcast called The Sister Chronicles, honey.
She's glowing.
I am. And
Her
you guys,
wig is
look, guess what this is, honey? It's the wedding wig. Look, that's tea for another day.
Because the wig lady was about to have to be gathered.
I hope you're watching this too.
Get your life, girl. And don't ever have nobody crossing town to get their rhinestone thing back. Okay?
Not you came with nothing but left with everything.
Everything. How you gonna say somebody's gotta be glued? What's wrong with you?
It's not brush. It's my sister. Like,
Ron.
I still been looking for that brush too.
Anywho, I feel like we should name names.
We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. But if you follow me on my Instagram, you can always just go and see who I tagged. But yes. But you know what? With that being said, I would just like to say I appreciate appreciate you for being part of episode 4. Hopefully, you guys will see more of Angee on future episodes.
You will see me. I be doing things. I'm making transitions in my life right now, so I'm really working on integrating all of my parts right now. I think I compartmentalize myself in a lot of ways for a long time. Like, I can be a comedian, and I can be a mom on a different day, and I can be a guru on another day in a certain conversation. And what I really want to do right now is I've spent so much time learning how to love all the different pieces. We need to bring them back together now. So you'll see me doing things.
So I know we're in February right now.
This is my
So you
birthday
guys,
month.
look, this is coming out her birthday week.
Aquarius.
So if you follow my Mood Swings and you saw the wonderful host of the January 18th show, that was Angee.
Yes.
If you did not, you can always go to my Mood Swings or go to Angee's profile and you can see some of the work that she does. She puts it all up there. So if you're looking for a comedian, you're looking for a host, or you're looking
I
for
will travel for money.
looking for entertainment concierge, Angee the motherfucking Diva is your girl, okay?
I do travel for money.
Look, like I said, all her socials, you'll see it somewhere on the screen if they get in contact with her. But I was like, I appreciate you.
I appreciate you, girl.
And the whole purpose of my show, the reason why I call it the Sister Chronicles, is because we're gonna grow together. And it's never gonna be one set place where you guys see me. We are going on a journey. It's the Chronicles, okay? It's gonna be a different setting every time, honey, and it's gonna be a good conversation every time. It's gonna be genuine stories, genuine laughs, real people. So if you guys have anything that you do want me to ask on the next podcast, or any things that you are thinking of, you're like, girl, this would be a good one, or oh, you should ask this question on your next podcast, so you comment any of that stuff below, or just seeing this on Instagram, you can give my DMs, whatever you want to do.
Don't be a creep, though, okay? Don't be a little stalker. Like and share something. Subscribe, please.
Yes. Like, share, subscribe, comment, DM me.
Engagement. We all know what we're doing these days.
Come on now,
Come on. Nobody needs to be working at 9 to 5. We're too cute for that. Let's go.
Look. Okay? All right.
My glass is empty and we're done.